1 2 testing 1 2 check microphone check 1 2 test 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 A 1 2 A 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2 A 1 2 1 2
Good evening. Great pleasure to be here. An important fixture in the Women's Premier League in the Football Victoria competition between 9th place Heidelberg looking to win to stay in touch with the upper echelon of the competition, and Brunswick Juventus. We're here at the beautiful C.B. Smith Reserve in Faulkner, which is the home of the Brunswick Juventus. Very famous footballing name, Juventus. Great colours too. Black and white stripes. Not Collingwood, different colours to Collingwood in the AFL, but very famous colours, no doubt about that. Something about black and white stripes, or black and white vertical or horizontal stripes. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all very, very famous, particularly if you follow them. Now, Brunswick Juventus are on the bottom of the table, but after 3 games, they're undefeated. 1 win, 2 draws. They've had 5 losses since. They've played 1 more game than Heidelberg, who their form hasn't been outstanding either. Both teams have had an inability to keep clean sheets. Heidelberg 1, Brunswick Juventus 0 at this stage. And Heidelberg's only clean sheet was at the start of the season. Looking at the 2 teams in number order, number 1, Ava Walters for Heidelberg. Cameron Barrero is number 4. Sarah O'Donoghue, number 6. One of the key strikers in this team is Catherine Valapoulis. Keely Lockhart will be a sub, but she is wearing number 9. Number 11 is one of the giants of the competition, one of the giants of Australian football since coming over here from France in regard to her appearances in the A-League. We're talking of Margot Rabin, outstanding player. Number 13 is Asuka Miyata. 15 is Olivia Edwards. 16 is another one of the subs, Liana Folinus. And then 17 is Madison Rakic. 19 is Sienna Weston. 20 is Liliana Lamage. 21, Mia Bailey, who'll be the goalkeeper. 22, Mami Armbo. And 66 is Alana Jankowski. For Brunswick, number 1, Sienna Jadan. 4 is Navleen Kerr. 3 is Josie Lonsdale. 6 is Catherine Forte Otto. Number 7 is Karina Tolios. 8 is the captain, Cindy Lay. 9 is Emily Keppins, one of the subs. 10 is Alyssa Smith. 11 is Holly Bodiston. 13 is Sarah Danucci. 16 is Rosie Wild, who's come across from the Essendon Royals this year. Number 18 is Sophie Papalia. 21 is Nicole Cooper. 23 is Natalie Chia. 24 is Nicole Byrne. 27, and she's playing against her old club after over 150 appearances, Ellie Torre. And number 29 is Sienna Capello. So important, obviously, for Juventus is just to try and get that winning feeling, and for Heidelberg to be a little bit more consistent. And that's been an area that has let them down badly over the years, unfortunately, for the Heidelberg team, and certainly this year. But it should be a fascinating match. It's a cool night. It's a lovely night in Melbourne, if that makes any sense. It is Melbourne. It should make lots of sense. And we've got a good crowd here in the grandstand at this beautiful venue here at C.B. Smith, Brunswick, or Faulkner, in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. Of course, playing another team sort of in the northern suburbs, just on the edge of the northern suburbs of Melbourne, Heidelberg United next to Northland. Of course, very well-known team, been a successful team over the years, especially in the men's competition, also the women's competition. So we're almost ready for a start. We'll be getting underway very, very shortly. Just looking at the record of the 2 teams so far this year, and it's been, as I say, a tough old year for both teams. But in round 8, Essendon Royals played Brunswick Juventus and got beaten 1-0. And it's been a great story, Essendon Royals, because 2 years ago they were in VPL 1. They've come up into, obviously, the NPL 2. They've won that. They won everything last year. Now they're in the top flight, and they're 3rd on the table. But, again, a good effort last week by Brunswick Juventus. In round 7, Box Hill United 3, Heidelberg United 0. Football C or FC Bulleen Lions 3 beat Brunswick Juventus 0 in round 7. A bad week for both teams. Round 6 was Alamein 2, Brunswick Juventus 1. Heidelberg United 1, losing to South Melbourne 2. So some close results. Round 5, Brunswick Juventus 2, Preston Lions 4. It was a 4-all draw, high-scoring game between Burundara Carey Eagles and Heidelberg United. In round 4, Heidelberg United had a win over Corder United 3-2. And then also in round 4, Bentley 1, beat Brunswick Juventus 0. Round 3 was Heidelberg United 1, Essendon Royals 3. Round 3 saw Calder United take on Brunswick Juventus, a 2-all draw. As I say, Brunswick Juventus unbeaten in their first 3 matches. Round 2 was FV Emerging, the young team, which I think is a great concept in this competition, that you have girls aged 15 to 18 that play FV Emerging. Then by the time they turn 18, they leave, and then the next batch come through. They drew with Brunswick Juventus 1, Bulleen Lions 3 against Heidelberg United 1, and Heidelberg kicked off their season with their only clean sheet against Alamein 2-0, while Brunswick Juventus beat Box Hill United 2-1. So both teams will just be trying to find that sort of form to get themselves back on track. So Heidelberg in their yellow, and Brunswick Juventus, of course, the home team. And the black and white stripes. Pitch a little bit choppy, but not in bad condition. And the two captains getting ready. What should be a good contest. Brunswick's captain is Cindy Lay. As Heidelberg not in the long shirts, sleeveless shirts. On a cold day like tonight, I think they're mad. But anyway, resplendent in yellow, and their goalkeeper is in purple, and the goalkeeper for Brunswick Juventus is in pink. Mia Bailey, the goalkeeper for Heidelberg. So, just about ready to go. Sienna Jazan, the goalkeeper for the Brunswick Juventus team, who are defending at the car park end. And I'm going to say that Heidelberg are defending at the Pentridge end of the grounds, or Sydney Road end of the ground, very famous part of Melbourne. Looking forward to seeing Margot Rabin play again. So we're underway, and Brunswick get first possession. Heidelberg, though, looking to defend, and it may go out. And taking it is Tolios. Wasn't a great ball, but a teammate working hard to find a path through. Great effort by the goalkeeper to stop what could have been a goal for Juventus, because it was a lovely through ball coming from the boot of Nicole Cooper, and then the goalkeeper had to dive hard as an opponent was coming at her. And Mia Bailey did a good job, and the defence also did well enough not to concede a corner kick, and it goes out of play on the outer side of the opening minute. This is Football Victoria Stream. Dan Lonigan's my name. Great pleasure to be here. They look to build again. Nicole Cooper. Again, that ball's a bit wide over the byline. The goalkeeper takes it. In Mia Bailey. In fact, it was the last touch was with, incredibly, Brunswick Juventus. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell. They let it go for a short pass instead of going for a deep corner. It stopped at the back. Good defence by Heidelberg again. Head down the left-hand side. Looking to go inside there. Attacking half for the first time. Heidelberg not able to, though. And again, the ball's put over the sideline by the defence of Brunswick Juventus, who look organised early days. Rabin passes in short. Through ball. The defence having to get back now for the team in black and white and put it over the sideline. I wonder whether the better option was to go back to the goalkeeper, Jardin, and start again because she had enough room and she was heading in her direction. She had to hook around the body. Anyway, they might have just turned it over again from the Heidelberg throw. Heidelberg win it back again. The ref got in the road. Little ball now. Rabin through ball to the edge of the 18-yard area. The defence get back. They kick into bodies. And now they've got a chance to clear. Down to the middle. But once more, Heidelberg have numbers at the back. Olivia Edwards gets a hurried boot to ball and she puts it towards the sideline on the outer side. Heidelberg now have a through ball. But the goalkeeper's there at the back to vacuum it up, Jardin, and take it. Poulios is heading out wide now to receive for Brunswick, and she will get it. It's not a great kick, but she's got an opponent around who is looking to try and win it off her. And she does a good job to win that back. That is Sarah O'Donoghue, who gets a couple of touches inside the attacking half. Good defence at the back. O'Donoghue might win it again, shoves her opponent off. Goes wide now to Rabin. Rabin a high ball. The goalkeeper gets back in the 6-yard box and then trying to hook it around the body, but not able to. The Heidelberg player did a pretty good job then to try and hook it around the body. Vlaopoulos, but she kicked it straight into bodies and it goes over the byline for the first corner kick of the evening, going the way of Heidelberg. 0-0, early stages in this game. Couple of draws for Brunswick Juventus early in the season. Deep ball, but great header by Juventus, but it stays alive again. Another chance on the left. Couple of nice balls there by Heidelberg, but a lovely save by the goalkeeper, Jardin. And that was a good ball coming in from Olivia Edwards. Now they've got a chance. They're in a through ball here. And a terrific attempt down the left-hand side for Brunswick Juventus. I think a player might have been pushed down. She was just outside the 18-yard area. And they got on a clean break. And it was a beautiful strike and it just went wide. Might have had the goalkeeper Bailey in a little bit of trouble when that had been online. Although she was coming across to cover the left-hand side. And it came from the boot of Holly Bottiston. And they get a corner as well because there was a touch. And eventually it's headed down comfortably to be cleared by Bailey. Bailey will drive it long towards the halfway mark now for Heidelberg. They backheel it. Got possession, Vlaopoulos. That ball had a little bit too much on it. Now there's a chance here. Player offside. She'd put it away. Vlaopoulos very clever. Got it inside the 18-yard penalty area. And it was Jardin and her opponent. And Jardin was beaten, but luckily for Brunswick Juventus, the flag went up saying it was offside. I wouldn't have thought by a great deal, but it was offside. Here's Nicole Cooper now, heading down the right-hand side, looking to try and swing it in. She does well. She's got some pace. They're a bit quicker, I reckon, Juventus, but Heidelberg a little bit larger and taller. Bigger bodies on them as they do well to bring the ball out. Towards halfway, again their defence holding firm. Here's O'Donoghue, almost midway. Her pass has her teammate having to run onto it, and she does, and she brings it down the left-hand side. It's a good ball. Player might have nearly bumped her opponent out as she got on the goal side. Set up nicely by Rakic, doing the defensive work. But they just couldn't quite finish it off. Might be turned over again by O'Donoghue and Poulios. They're in front of the grandstand. O'Donoghue wins it now. Goes inside cleverly. Chance now for Heidelberg. Winning it on that occasion, doing a good job is Miata. And then they're getting a fair bit of ball on that outside in front of the social club rooms. And it'll be another corner. Jankowski. They're getting deep in the heart of the 18-yard area. Jankowski headed away. Good play. Rabin just across the face as she thrusts her boot at it. Is it kept alive? No, it's out over the byline. So inside the first 10 minutes, it's 0-0. Heading down the outer side, headed away again by Heidelberg. Keep it inside their attacking half. Juventus a little bit slow to get to it. Passes not sticking like they were in the first couple of minutes. Again, good defence by Edwards as she brings it through. But at the back, as there was no one on the end of that, taken by Jadan. Jadan out to Pulios. Pulios now looking to get past, goes inside cleverly. Brunswick Juventus looking to keep it alive. Kicks straight into the body of O'Donoghue. And that came from the boot of Alyssa Smith. Now Heidelberg are able to switch it to the outer side. Opportunity now to build. Miata under some pressure. Looking to dart back in. That's a good ball, O'Donoghue. One of the key midfielders. She will drive long, but a lovely save. Lovely save in the mouth of the goal by Jadan. It was going. It had plenty of distance on a good elevation. Killed to the left-hand side, and she takes it. Still 0-0. High ball, Jadan. Bouncing ball. They've got defenders at the back. O'Donoghue getting back. Good play by Edwards to get on the goal side as she kicked it back to her goalkeeper, who does well now to clear it, Mia Bailey. But again, the defenders also work in tandem and unison for Brunswick Juventus, but nearly a bad turnover by Jadan. Ball's at halfway. Rabin headed it down, then volleyed it away. The defenders get to the back now. Edwards has got it. Olivia Edwards played with FV emerging for a while. Gets it well inside the attacking half. Good through ball came from Javeski, but no one can get on the end of that. Vlapoulos, and it'll be cleaned up at the back by the goalkeeper Jadan. 0-0 so far. Little ball was fraught with danger. Nicole Cooper, one of the key midfielders for Juventus, gets it just over halfway. A couple of players headed the ball down. O'Donoghue's there again. She goes backwards cleverly inside the attacking half. Edwards sharing it with the goalkeeper Bailey. Sienna Weston receiving as well. Just inside the 18-yard area, back to Bailey because the Brunswick Juventus players are pressed up. She goes wide to the outer side of the ground. Good play to give it to. Rabin just knocks a little one down the line. A nice little touch inside the attacking half. She gets it back. Back now in the middle of the pitch. Taken by O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue loses her footing. Did well to keep control of the ball. She had an oncoming tackler ready to put pressure. Back to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue now goes wide to Rabin. Rabin to the edge of the 18-yard area. Kept away by the defence of Brunswick Juventus. Back now to Rabin. Rabin to O'Donoghue, sharing with Rabin out on the left. Rabin now tucked in, looking to get a nice ball. She does to the edge of the 18-yard area. It's sort of cleared, but waiting down for it and shooting, but unfortunately having too much on it. Heidelberg just being on the edge of the 18-yard area, almost like grabbing the crumbs as you do in Australian rules footy. And it was a good attempt there to try and finish it off in Asuka Miata. But they have control at the moment, Heidelberg, and have it inside the attacking half. Another turnover from the kick back in by Jadan. She's got to get more distance and elevation in her kicks, but luckily they have the numbers, the black and white team, to bring it down. The right side, they kick into bodies, turnover again. Rabin. Going back now, Weston. O'Donoghue. Weston again. Charging nicely inside the attacking half. Turnover at midfield. Nice ball. Comes from the boot of Papalia for the Brunswick Juventus side, but just as players were getting close, Heidelberg got their numbers back in time for Bailey to vacuum it up inside her goal mouth. Good pressing by Juventus. Weston to Bailey. Back to Weston. Weston will go in short. Taken by Heidelberg as they bring it down again. Malchevsky was there and trying to control it. Who started the passing was Rakic, another one of the defenders. Little pass to O'Donoghue, the hard-working midfielder. She goes wide. That's a good ball. Vlapoulis across the face. Oh, nearly a chance there. Slinging the boot at it, but not able to get there because it was open. The defenders had trailed her in, and if she had got enough on it, I think she might have got it past the goalkeeper Miata, but she just couldn't quite get there. And luckily for the goalkeeper Jadan and Brunswick Juventus, it stays at 0-0. But they're getting a couple of looks at the moment, Heidelberg. Here's Jadan again. High ball towards halfway. At the back, getting a little touch on it, Weston. Does well, down to O'Donoghue. Stockily built player. Does well to turn opponents inside out. Goes now past the top of the 18-yard area. Picks out Rabin on the left. Kills a nice little ball. A header over the top of the goalkeeper who thought about attacking it. Didn't attack it. And it goes through for a goal. Heidelberg 1, Brunswick Juventus 0. And I think Jadan was thinking, could I collide? Could I knock it away? And she elected to just wait and see what was going to happen. And it was nodded in cleverly by Heidelberg, and they lead early days, and they've been the better side in the first 15 minutes. Lovely goal. Lovely goal by Heidelberg, and they thoroughly deserved it. They lead 1-0. Comes out to the left. Here's Cooper. She kicks into bodies. Good defence again. Working hard at the back, Rakic. Does well. Little header comes down. And it goes over the line. Karina Tolias, the goal scorer. I think there might have been a hand in there, was there? Almost a hand in there, but anyway, Olivia Edwards made sure that as Brunswick Juventus were on the burst, that there wasn't any problem as she is having to concede over the sideline. Thrown back into play. Should say Stephanie Galea, the goal scorer. Very good goal too. She scored 4 times this year. Here's Rabin as they get themselves out of trouble again. O'Donoghue in the blue boots down the left-hand side. Here's an opportunity. Great defence of the back by Juventus. Just as Heidelberg were in a position. Didn't give away a free kick either by just coming in front of her opponent. She didn't bring her down. She controlled the ball, controlled it brilliantly as they switch now down the left-hand side. Here's Tullios now. Tullios with the ball towards the edge of the 18-yard area. Here's Edwards. Gets support. Good play. In the middle of the park now. But unfortunately for Heidelberg, that last pass didn't quite stick. Galea, the goal scorer, couldn't get on the end of it, and the defence holds firm at the back. Jadan, 1-0 for Heidelberg. Heads to the outer side now. Turning inside out, kicking into bodies. Good play by Heidelberg. Here's O'Donoghue as a nice squaring ball. She's on her own in the middle now, inside the attacking half. Gets around a couple of opponents, lobs a little ball. But again, the defence, they're just caught a little bit uncomfortably there in the 18-yard area, and they hook it away. But hook it away instead of trying to maybe go sideways, they go backwards and give away another corner over the byline. Inside the first 20 minutes, it's Heidelberg United 1, 9th on the table against Brunswick Juventus 0, who'd started the season so promisingly with a win and 2 draws and have struggled in their last 5 matches. Nice deep ball, but sort of more to the right side, so it needed to be a little bit more on the hard. It was dipping, and there's a long high ball on the left, which was a darn good effort. That looked like it might have started to dip from Miata, but it didn't. It just kept carrying over the crossbar, and it had plenty of pace in it. Here's O'Donoghue, does well to get in front of Polios. Galea, O'Donoghue inside the 18-yard area, gets it past the goalkeeper, who was beaten, I think, but it just wasn't quite on target. And did she get a hand on that? I think she did. She did well, so you can't say she was 100% beaten, but I thought it just got it past her, but she did well to knock it away. Well done by Jadan. There's been too much of this one-on-one in regard to the Heidelberg players attacking the final third and putting Jadan under immense pressure. That was a lovely save by her. They don't go for the deep corner kick. Little pass, and then the miss comes from Jankowski. Complete miss. Missed everything by a country mile. But Jadan is under immense pressure. He's having a lot of work to do. Opposed to Mia Bailey at the other end for Heidelberg. A lead 1-0 against Brunswick Juventus. His defence is betwixt and between at the moment. They're trying to hit targets, and none of their passes are sticking. It's well inside Heidelberg's attacking half. Now Brunswick Juventus booted out, but she's a good, reliable player. Olivia Edwards gets back, backtracks, elects to go calmly, coolly, and collectively to the goalkeeper, who does well, Mia Bailey. Back now in the middle of the park to O'Donoghue. Rakic. Jankowski. Polios. Again, a little bit unsure because Galea was right in her face, the opposite number 7. And she thought, what will I do? In the end, I'll go backwards to Jadan. Jadan in short again. Once more, Jadan was caught sort of napping as 2 of the defenders shared it with her. And she was pressing hard Galea inside the 18-yard area. 1-0. Rubin again, down that right-hand side. That's, as far as Juventus are concerned, left-hand side for Heidelberg and over the sideline. Ball inside the attacking half once more. Juventus clear. They give up possession. I'd say possession at the moment 70-30 in favour of Heidelberg. Heidelberg United against Brunswick Juventus. And there's going to be a handball decision given against the Brunswick Juventus side. Jankowski tends to get all the spot kicks, and she will take it about 25 metres out as the players get into the heart of the 18-yard area there. And on her own at the back, near the net, is the goalkeeper Jadan of the Juventus team. 1-0 Heidelberg United. On the left, plenty of distance, swirling ball. Good defensive header by Juventus, but once more, just thrusting the boot at it in a panicked fashion, putting it almost across the byline, but good play by Juventus to ensure it goes over the sideline, near where the byline and sideline meet. Instead of a defensive kick there trying to get out of the area, they're just thrusting the boot at it. It's going the wrong way a bit. Here they are now, building once more. Chance for a shot at goal. It's all there. O'Donoghue receives it. Lovely passing. She was in the heart on her own. Where was the defence? right in the middle of the 18-yard area. Donahue received it, and there was nothing the goalkeeper, Jordan, could do about it. You could have been the greatest goalkeeper in the history of the game. Mark Schwarzer, Peter Schmeichels, Alex Lonigan, my son, is a great goalkeeper. Any of those, and they would have been betwixt and between and unable to stop that because of the poor defensive work by Juventus. 2-0. Sorry, Alex, didn't mean to embarrass you. As long as your mum's not listening. This is our live stream of the NPL in the women. And the ball's inside the attacking half. Juventus. And they just can't get any possessions that are working, and they've been tucked in on that far side as well. It's been a very professional performance by Heidelberg United so far. Goals to Galea and O'Donoghue, who's been one of the architects of all their good work in the middle of the park. Nice little throw. Here's Rabin playing as a holding defensive midfielder. Might have turned it over, but Poulios nearly touched that off her hand. The ref let it go. She has to go backwards, though. And once more, there's another defensive pass to the goalkeeper, Jordan. They've got to try and set things up. Little pass, because Heidelberg, so many yellow shirts are approaching the 18-yard area. Jordan again goes short. To the edge of the 18-yard area. Galea might nearly pick a pocket. She doesn't. Clears now to Poulios. Poulios chests it down and then turns O'Donoghue inside out. Pass no good. Jankowski turns it over. Here's Galea again, lobbing little ball towards the top of the 18-yard area, but the defence is good enough to clear. But at the back, well played by Olivia Roberts. She slams it long, back inside the attacking area. Couldn't control it. O'Donoghue trying very hard at the moment is Poulios, and she may have been brought down in a late challenge by O'Donoghue. 2-0 Heidelberg United. Approaching halfway the first half. So, Poulios going back now. Little ball. Has them trying to set something up now as they swing across the pitch from the boot of Elisa Smith. And now they're inside the attacking half. This is a little bit better. They had one half chance early days, of course, set up by Nicole Cooper. But as they just knocked it over the top, she runs onto it quite comfortably. Mia Bailey and her defenders getting back for her. Olivia Evans being one of those at right back. The long blonde hair flowing. She'll kick it down the line again. But she will miskick it, not find a target, and it will be a Juventus ball. On the outer side, it's either extreme fog or there's smoke blowing over the ground. A car's done a donut, is that right? Thank you, boys. I've never done a donut in my life. I just eat them. Here's an opportunity now for Cooper. Through ball once more. My son is embarrassed by my jokes. And it goes over the byline once more. 2-0. And he's got his mate just sitting at the back here also having a bit of fun with me. We're here to have fun, aren't we? Gee, how much rubber would have he burnt off his tyres? You can just see it, the smoke just permeating across the pitch. For those that don't know what permeate means, it means sort of hovering over the pitch. Well done, O'Donoghue. She heads it to the back. Poulios is there, though, but wasn't very good. Rakic was in the way. She couldn't control it. Poulios has probably been her side's best player. Gets it. Nearly turned over, though. Here's an opportunity now for the Juventus side. Down the left-hand side, or she's left her line. Well played, Bailey. She took a punt and it came off. She took a punt. She and Edwards nearly clamoured into each other, but it was okay. Here's Galea. Also getting involved was Papalia with that nice ball forward for Brunswick Juventus. Now they have a chance. Here's Cooper. She runs onto the ball now, gets it out to the right-hand side. It's 2-0 at the moment. Swinging ball back. Cooper once more. That header didn't work. Down the left-hand side again. Good play by the defensive Juventus to bring it inside their attacking half, but once more tidied up nicely at the back. Rakic's been terrific, and she gets it out to Weston. Weston now shares it. And they have the ball on halfway. And now at the back, Poulios nearly slipped over as the ball came in her direction a bit surprisingly. They just don't have their numbers back when the ball gets inside the attacking half. As far as defenders are concerned, Juventus at the moment, they're a bit disorganised. Thrust away, though, inside the attacking half. I thought Edwards nearly touched that, just slightly in defensive half. She goes back now, and it's taken by Weston. It's got Rakic there as well. Little ball at halfway. Turned over once more. Shared by Weston, the defender standing firm. Rakic, Weston and Edwards supporting the goalkeeper Bailey as far as Heidelberg are concerned. Here's Edwards now. That forces a turnover in mid-pitch. Papalia, Cooper, cut off brilliantly on the edge of the 18-yard area, and then she is brought down just as she was trying to control the ball. Well played, Rakic. Another solid defender. Two-0. So we'll see what Mia Bailey can do here. Try and launch it inside the attacking half. Goes straight down the guts. Well done. It's headed away. That's a beautiful header. But unfortunately, there was no one on the end of that for Heidelberg, and the defence just puts it away. But again, I'm worried about the fact that they're just clearing it, hoping for the best, and generally they're losing possession. Rabin again. Nice little ball. But the header comes down to Cooper. She loses control of it once more because the numbers against her are overwhelming. Now they manage to find a little path through down the right-hand side. Lobbing ball. Edwards gets back. It goes over the sideline. 2-0 Heidelberg in the second half of the first half in this Women's Premier League encounter in the Football Victoria stream. 9th against 12th on the ladder. Heidelberg United and Brunswick Juventus, but a tight competition. Heidelberg just one clean sheet so far this year. Brunswick Juventus goalless twice. Now they have a chance to try and set something up here. Poulios will receive, getting the switch on the left-hand side, charges her way through. A lot of yellow shirts getting back, trying to protect the goalkeeper Bailey. Goes out on the left-hand side. That's a good ball up to the top of the 18-yard area and again cleared. And well played once more, Jankowski. Now out to Galea. Galea flying hard down the right-hand side for Heidelberg. Gets a nice ball. Miata has an opportunity here. She's under pressure, but she kicks into bodies. And it's put over the byline for another corner kick. Good defence by the opposition. And you can smell the tyres, can't you? Ooh. Catherine Forte Oddie was the defender who got back then beautifully for Juventus. Worried about that guy's car. Shouldn't be though, because it's not my car. Here's an opportunity for a corner kick at 2-0. Miss kicks it, and Forte Oddie just puts it back over the sideline. It was a miss kick. It was almost like she stubbed her toe, Jankowski. And once again, it's interesting, isn't it? You just think that ball was clearly going one team and it goes the other, but it's taken by Heidelberg. Rakic, she's very deep. She curls it nicely. Couldn't quite be controlled at the back by Heidelberg. And now as a player put down, as she put down inside the 18-yard area, I think it was accidental. I think you let that go. I don't think that can be a penalty. Anyway, it's play on. Again, Rabin's able to cut it off. Now to the very clever O'Donoghue, just rolls a little kick out. Galea goes high and hits the crossbar as she swung it from one side to the other. Back in by Rabin again. Good play by Jadan, who did well to parry it away. But the Heidelberg players are like seagulls around chips. They're everywhere trying to score. And again, that one wasn't on target. But gee, Jadan is under pressure because their defenders are just all disorganised. That's the problem. Going for a short pass again. Forteotti was put down, I thought, as she got boot to ball. Put it over the sideline and maybe should have had the whistle go her way. It's not. And it's 2-0 in favour of Heidelberg. Goals to Galea and O'Donoghue inside the first 20 minutes or so. Good contest here at CB Smith Reserve. 9th game of the season for Juventus. 8th game of the season for Heidelberg United. Short ball. Forteotti goes down now. And it goes over the sideline. So it will be a corner kick. In fact, it was a throw. It was on the edge of the byline and the sideline. Nice little ball, Galea. Here's a chance now for O'Donoghue. She's got an opponent around her, but she manages to keep control of the ball. She squares it up. Good clearing play, though, by the Juventus side. It's 1-on-2 now. Rolling ball. Here's Edwards. She does well to bring her opponent down. It's a free kick. It's not a free kick. Gee, I thought it was a free kick, but no, it wasn't. And eventually Heidelberg do well to clear it. I mean, Edwards was the one that approached her. I thought it looked a little bit like of an unsavoury challenge from here, but it's not given. Was it an accidental contact? Might have been accidental contact. Won the ball first. Got a young... Gee. Well, she's okay. As she won the ball first. We're talking to the captain there, Cindy Lay, and hopefully she's okay. So they go back again. Mia Bailey. Need to get Cindy Lane more involved. They've got to get more decent ball inside their final third. Juventus at the moment, who are down 2-0. Combining nicely. O'Donoghue's been a star so far. She nearly gets bumped off it. Good enough, though, to get her pass in and then receive it once more. She charges from one side of the park to the other. Playing like a person possessed, Sarah O'Donoghue. But has the pass turned over, and they bring it down the right-hand side this time, Juventus, but only momentarily. Here's Cooper. She controls it nicely. A through ball by Cooper. Bailey leaves her line and goes bang. Big right foot into it, and it goes over the halfway line and over the sideline too. That was well played by Bailey. I think the difference between the two keepers, she's got a very good defence with her, and she's got confidence. If she wants to leave a line, she'll leave a line. I don't think Jadan has got the players helping her out enough, and that's why she, on a couple of occasions, hence that first goal, where she wasn't sure what to do. But Mia Bailey's saying, well, I'm going to absolutely charge out. Look out, here I come, knowing that the defenders are right with her. Headed by Rakic and Olivia Edwards and Weston. Goes back now for the Juventus side. Little pass, and again, she's a bit unsure whether she should leave a line, but she does, Jadan, and foots it inside the attacking half now. Controlled at the back. Weston's there. Good play by Lay to beat her. Good through ball by Cooper. Down the left-hand side. But again, the defence is pretty good as Edwards comes across, just as Rakic had been outmanoeuvred, outworked and outpaced. So good play on that occasion by Juventus to win a rare corner kick in this contest. At the Sydney Road or Pentridge Jail end of the ground. Even though that's probably a fair way away from here, but that's probably the best description for me. This is a good ball. It's headed away on a couple of occasions. The defence eventually get involved and they clear it only momentarily. Good play to keep it alive by Cooper. Here's Jankovic, who's also playing a great game. She does well to try and clear it, but somehow Juventus get it back in, but it'll be mopped up at the back by Mia Bailey. 2-0 Heidelberg. Goals to O'Donoghue and earlier on Galea. Long ball down the middle of the park. And then it's headed out by Rabin. Miata arrives, helps Rabin out. Gets it back now, down the left-hand side. Long ball again. The Juventus defence get back, but gee, they're loping a bit. And they've got pressure around them everywhere. They pop a little pass out, but it's still a loose ball to be won as Heidelberg might win it. Player goes down. The ref says no. You slipped over. And it goes over the sideline. He's doing a great job, the ref. He's just letting it go. And when you look like there might be decisions that could go for a player being dragged down from behind, generally he's saying no if it's line ball, which is the way you have to umpire or ref in any elite sport as far as I'm concerned. When they do a great job, these refs and umpires at all levels, and generally they're told what rules they have to introduce, and then they've got to go by how they feel out on the park. And my only issue is if they can be as consistent as they possibly can, and they certainly do try to do that. Here's Juventus at the back now as they attempt to try and get out of their defensive half where it's been throughout most of the match. It's about 80-20, I reckon, inside their defensive half. And in regard to possession of the ball, about the same for Heidelberg, who lead 2-0 approaching half-time. On the Football Victoria stream, Dan Lonigan with you. Great to be here. We're at NPL match. Big contest between Heidelberg United, famous club, ninth on the table, and Brunswick Juventus. Well, famous club, famous name, as famous a name in football as you're ever going to get. Down the right-hand side, getting back Weston as it cleared Edwards, and in the end she just drives a little ball back along the carpets of Bailey, the goalkeeper. Bailey passes out wide now to Edwards. Edwards at right back. She's played really well so far. Sinks the slipper into it to halfway. Good header by Juventus to keep control of it and try and get it back inside their attacking half. Looking for a deep entry, which has been a bit of an issue. And once more, good defence by the team in yellow, Heidelberg, to put it over the sideline. Their lead is 2-0, close to half-time. On this cold, brisk, but clear night in Melbourne. And a foul throw, so they'll go again. Rabin cleared at the back, and it's over the sideline. Here's Rabin once more, kicks into bodies. So Rabin with the ball inside the attacking half. And she throws it and receives it back. Jankowski couldn't control it. Pouncing on it, the defence, but too slow. Great play, O'Donoghue from Jankowski. Jankowski pinched her opponent's pocket, got it to O'Donoghue, couldn't quite control it. Rakic down the right-hand side, O'Donoghue. Close to the byline, couple of opponents around her, kicks into bodies, and once more they concede another penalty kick. Just too slow. Loitering. It's a corner. Oh, so I meant corner. My apologies. Corner. That's what I did mean. Thank you. Corner kick. Thank you, boys. Called Freudian slip. Sometimes you say things you don't mean. I'm telling a referee that. Yes, thank you, young man. Here's an opportunity for Jankowski. That was good play as she pulled that around the left inside a dangerous area between where the 18-yard and 6-yard box meet. And eventually they just had to put it away over the byline in another panic move by the defence of Juventus, who had just been completely outplayed. Their defence is, I've said it a few times, I'll say it again, totally disorganised for mine. Here's Jankowski again, another little pass. And, it's dropped by the goalkeeper, and it's open for another goal, and they've put it through. They've got 3. Well, Jankowski put it in towards the breadbasket of the goalkeeper, Jadan. She couldn't hang on, and they were everywhere in the yellow shirt, and they've put it away for their third, 3-0. And I think that has a lot to do, as I say, with Jadan lacking confidence in her defenders. And that's something that obviously Brunswick Juventus need to work on at half-time. Just couldn't hang on to it. It was a good ball too. Jankowski, she's very creative. 3-0 now for Heidelberg. Got some work to do, Juventus, in the second half. It's not out of sight yet, but it nearly is. Fordeotti down the right-hand side. Edwards goes in. Oh, dear, play comes across her path. And he's generally let those go, but I just wonder then whether no foul again. Again, both players going for the ball, and maybe it was incidental contact. It probably was incidental contact. So Olivia Edwards just getting a little bit of treatment before half-time. She might be okay, though. This has been a very good performance by Heidelberg. They've just been right on top. They've just been confident, playing together, know what they're doing. And again, I don't mean to labour the point on Juventus, but they just have not quite been at the level that Heidelberg have been at. And they've certainly pushed some teams this year. Both sides had 3-0 losses a couple of weeks ago. They went down to a very professionally run and coached Essendon Royals last week, 1-0. You take that most days of the week when you're a team in the top 3 as Essendon Royals are, and Juventus are down near the bottom. They're on the counter-attack again. Heidelberg down the left-hand side. Long ball. Miata in pursuit now, and she tracks it, looking to find a way back. Rabin on the left, that's a dangerous ball. Oh, missed by the defender, and Jankowski didn't get enough on it. Completely miskicked it, and luckily for Jadan, she didn't have to save it. But the defender again, I mean, they're just making error after error. They go back again, a bit of a rush kick, and Jadan now has to go into the outer back pocket, and it's cleared by Juventus, but Rabin, well, she's just unbelievable the way she just sags off and then realises she's got an opportunity to get it back inside the attacking half. Combining brilliantly with O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue shoots! Went for the big Hail Mary just outside the 18-yard area and just sails over the crossbar. 2 minutes of additional time left. Thank you to my unofficial referee sitting up with me and my son and our cameraman up here in the beautiful surrounds of the grandstand. Here is Poulios down the left-hand side. Charging hard. Can Juventus get a late one? Couple of opponents around her again. Good defence. Gee, they're playing well, aren't they, Heidelberg? Galea might get it on the rebound, but Poulios comes across her path. And Galea was the last one to touch it in front of our commentary position. Nearly half-time. It's Heidelberg 3. The opponents 0. Down the left-hand side. Rakic got involved again for Heidelberg, happy to concede it. Little throw again, Cooper the header, but O'Donoghue tracking it. She's been superb. Back to Edwards. Weston, but again in the road, right on halfway, Poulios. Lay, didn't lob it sufficiently enough over the tall Weston, who again cuts it off. Galea, back to Weston. Weston now. has Rakic to go defensively. And Rakic now goes back to the goalkeeper, Bailey. Bailey sharing with Rakic. Rakic's been pretty good so far. And she comes out of defence to Sarah O'Donoghue, who works back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She's been magnificent, Sarah O'Donoghue, number 6. And then tries to find Olivia Edwards, in fact, Rabin, I should say, with the ball from one side of the pitch to the other, and she couldn't control it. Now here's Cooper, who needs more support in the dying stages of the first half. And Juventus get at the edge of the 18-yard area, but Edwards bustles and hustles hard as she puts it towards the sideline, kept alive by the Juventus side. And that is half-time. Terrific first half by Heidelberg. Clinical and magnificent, just far too good for their opponents. And they lead 3-0 at half-time. Some work to be done on the defensive structures, I would have thought, of their opposition, which, of course, are Juventus, who've been outplayed in that first half. And obviously, Jordan would be disappointed she dropped that ball. But at the end of the day, I think that was just a lack of confidence. And the fact that her defenders have been all at sea against a very good Heidelberg side who look so organised and playing as well as they've probably played for the entire season. Heidelberg 3 and Brunswick Juventus still in this women's match live on Football Victoria stream. We'll be back with the second half shortly at CB Smith Reserve Faulkner. Welcome back to CB Smith Reserve. A big job for the home team, Brunswick Juventus. They trail Heidelberg 3-0. And straight away, Heidelberg again get possession at the back. And doing a good job, involved in a couple of possessions, is Miata. Edwards as well. Long ball. Down the right-hand side. Again, the defenders are there. And they managed to put it over the sideline. Hopefully the coach has sort of worked on areas of improvement that are required by this side, which let them down badly. Long ball. Cooper, Poulios. Poulios again, who tried pretty hard to string passes together. Here's a chance now, good ball, but stopped at the back. Ferrerio doing well. Into the middle, nearly a turnover once more, O'Donoghue. Jankowski arrives again. She's been really good. Little pass at close quarters. Trying to find her way through there is Vlapoulos. One of the smallest players out there, but she's scored some handy goals so far this year for Heidelberg and eventually wanders over the sideline. And it's footed away. By Juventus once more, and Heidelberg deep into attack. Little ball to Vlapoulos. She's under pressure. She looks to swing back, and she does. Clever ball to O'Donoghue. Back to Vlapoulos. Nice little ball out wide. Running onto it now, Miata. She goes back towards the top of the 18-yard area. Lost control of it. Pocket was pinched by Galea. Galea looks to beat one. Can't beat a second. Good defence. Good robust defence. Boy, we haven't seen enough of that from Juventus. They do well. Nearly turned over, but eventually they get it on the outside, going close to the line, and eventually over the line. And not able to keep it alive was Holly Bodiston for the Juventus team, involved with Weston, and then it's put over the sideline once more. Ferrerio has been very solid. Gets it out now to O'Donoghue. She was, well, not pushed down at all. It was accidental contact, absolutely, and over the sideline. This is what I loved about this ref. Has employed that particular rule right throughout the whole night. Galea. Javeski. O'Donoghue. And it will be Juventus's ball. Mamiambo been pretty handy too for Heidelberg. Number 22, getting deep for them. Pass comes across the face and Vlapoulos can't control it. Over the sideline, it will be a ball for Juventus, but the problem is they are camped and stuck inside their defensive half and they're down 3-0. Early stages, second half. Player pushed down. So Jankowski, who is the spot kick taker for the Heidelberg team, looking to launch it long if she can. There might be a change soon. Deep. O'Donoghue tried to trap it. She couldn't. Cleared by Forte-Otti. Here's Jankowski again. Little backheel ball was clever by O'Donoghue. Back to Jankowski. Gets it out wide now. Ambo's got it. Ambo lobs it up towards the 6-yard box. It got past the defenders again. Were they ball watching? I reckon they might have been. Luckily, it wasn't going to be a corner, and it rolls to the byline. Cleared out of defence. Only momentarily as they have to go back, and once more they're hassled out of it. Galea does well. It's not taken cleanly by the goalkeeper, looking to finish it off, but unfortunately Jankowski, who got a pass given to her on a silver platter by Ambo, puts it over the crossbar. Again they go back. They go down the line. Lay, she's completely overwhelmed, but she'll pick up a free kick but being brought down by Jankowski as they both were battling for the ball. This has been another issue. They just have been beaten in contests all day. Turnover at halfway once more by this reliable Heidelberg team. They're back again on the attack. She stayed. Did she stay on side? Oh, I thought she nearly was. Ambo wasn't far away. Wasn't far away at all as the ball just wandered inside the 18-yard penalty area. So the goalkeeper's had a tough time of it. Jadan down to halfway. Boddiston wins possession. Pass at close quarters. Cooper also getting involved there. Nice little ball. Came out from Smith. And they get it deep inside the attacking half, but they can't get anyone onto the last pass in the final third. And she hasn't had a lot to do, Mia Bailey, but what she's done has been pretty solid. Passes at close quarters, going down the line, Rakic. Might be turned over, though. Poulios, who's tried pretty hard today for Juventus. And once more, Heidelberg just winning all possessions and leading 3-0. Early stages, second half at CV Smith Reserve Faulkner in this women's match on the NPL stream. Comes out the back now. Galea on the burst. Down the right-hand side. Passes inboard now. Jankowski would love a goal. So would O'Donoghue. Beats her opponent and puts it into the back of the net. She also beat the goalkeeper who came at her, but she got past her, went wide and swung the left boot into it. It's 4-0 Heidelberg, and Sarah O'Donoghue has a brace. Far too good, and again the defence caught napping. That's been the issue. They just have not been able to set back and get numbers back all night. That's been the issue. Very good performance from this Heidelberg team. 4-0, wanting to stay in touch with the upper echelon of the competition. And Juventus, after a great start to the year, falling apart here on the verge of this will be their 6th consecutive defeat. Boddiston couldn't quite control it from the Lay pass. Now Lay might win it. Here's an opportunity. She balloons it long, but it'll be comfortably taken by the goalkeeper, Mia Bailey. Again, it was an awkward attempt. That's been the problem all night. Here's Bailey again. Drives it long. Galea does well to trap it down. Jankowski, O'Donoghue. Jankowski, one of the playmakers. Very creative. Galea. Forteotti does well to come the other way. Knocks it down. Boddiston gets there late. But unfortunately for her, Edwards is able to boot it long. It's headed away by Juventus, close to the line on the other side. Poulios can't control it and eventually goes over the sideline. And Heidelberg win possession again inside their attacking half. 4-0 lead. Looking for more pain, and can Juventus just find a way here? They now play tonight by this Heidelberg side. Ball thrown down. Goes back now. O'Donoghue. And then put over the sideline. Not able to control that one. Galea, who scored the first goal very early on. It's a lonely place as a goalkeeper when you concede a lot of goals, but I would think tonight, I know she fumbled one, Jadan, but the other three I don't think entirely her fault. But anyway, they have possession again, Heidelberg. Galea, ballooning ball. Vlapoulis does well as again. She couldn't take it cleanly, Jadan. It just dropped out of her hands, and Vlapoulis was there, unfortunately for her and for Heidelberg. Unfortunately for Juventus, she hits the right goalpost and puts it over the byline. But she was there. She was sort of tucked in a bit. It would have been an unbelievable goal if she kicked it or scored it. Again, they've got to go back. Pressure from Vlapoulis on Jadan is exemplary. And they just clear the 18-yard area with about 5 passes. And then it goes over the sideline. Barrerio to take it now. Down the line. Nice long throw. Good turnover at the back. Fordeotti. Ricochets now to Bodiston. Bodiston. She had it turned over again as well. Miata doing a good job for Heidelberg. Down the line, Bodiston again. Barrerio on her and beats her and hoofs it long down the line, and it's over the byline. 4-0 Heidelberg in the second half. Comprehensive performance this. Could have nearly been 5-0. Been a tough night for Jadan, the goalkeeper. She will boot it long. Again, not brilliantly, but they might run onto this. Down the line again. Little back heel, though, trying to get in the road was Barrerio. Bit clever by half. But it almost came off. As Ali Torre, former Heidelberg player, has possession again. Played over 150 games for the Warriors. She'll win possession once more, number 27, Ali Torre. She gets it inside the 18-yard area. Unfortunately, a slip over. And then at the back, Cooper was off balance as her left foot aiming for goal. If it was aiming for goal, missed by a long, long way. And unfortunately, the slip there came from Ariana Thacker, who scored this year for Brunswick Juventus. So Mia Bailey to inbound again with the team 4-0 up. Here's Bodiston. Under pressure. Little ball through. Not bad. Cooper. Caught on the wrong side. Again, the defenders get back, getting on goal side for Heidelberg and Edwards. Little ball through. Now here's a chance. Couldn't quite control it, Cooper. Bodiston tries to go after it again. Well played by Jankowski. And the ref has said, because it hits him in the back unintentionally, that we stop. And because Heidelberg had possession, goes back to a goal kick. Here's Bailey. Back to Edwards. Edwards now into the middle. Opportunity for Jankowski. He's been superb. Deft little pass. Miata down the left-hand side. O'Donoghue. Here's Barreiro. Barreiro to the top of the 18-yard area. Everyone misses it, but well played by the Juventus team. I think they might have just got a touch on that. They did, but the ball just skidded along dangerously. It wasn't in the air. It was along the ground, as you can see on our stream. But, it was in a dangerous position once more, as it has been all night, as far as the defensive unit of Juventus have been concerned. So Heidelberg with possession once more. And they're near where the sideline and the byline meet. At the Sydney end of this wonderful stadium. Or even Hume Highway end, was sort of out that way. A famous part of the world here. The Faulkner Cemetery, one of the biggest cemeteries in Melbourne, probably the second biggest. You've got the Melbourne Cemetery, of course. Then you've got Faulkner, and then you've got Springvale, not far away from this great stadium. Even though Brunswick Juventus play here, it's called Faulkner. And Heidelberg United have their famous stadium virtually, well, at Olympic Village, which was the home of the athletes in the 1956 Melbourne Olympics, which they thought would become a suburb of high quality, but didn't really amount to as much as they were hoping it would. But the shopping centre was built many years ago, of course, right next door. So I digress, as again the defence of Juventus are tucked in deep and under pressure. And another throw. Vlapoulos gets a little boot to it. Very close to the line. Good play, Ambo. Vlapoulos again. And it goes over the byline. Now, Heidelberg are saying that they reckon that Juventus had last touch, but the ref has said no. Heidelberg had last touch. It's a goal kick. 4-0 the lead for Heidelberg. Scored 3 in the first half, 1 so far in this half, and Sarah O'Donoghue has a brace. Gets it to halfway. Nicole Cooper's there. Boddiston as well. Boddiston goes after it once more. Coming across her path is the very solid figure of Olivia Edwards. And it is going to be a Heidelberg ball because they reckon that the last touch in an endeavour to stop Olivia from getting much purchase on that was Brunswick Juventus. Scissor kick attempt. Here's O'Donoghue on the burst again. Beats one opponent. Looking to come inside again. Good play by the defence of Brunswick Juventus to be goal side. Puts her under some pressure, but she goes back now to Vlapoulos. Opens it up for Vlapoulos on the edge of the 18-yard area, but offside. Foul, sorry. Just going the way of the Brunswick Juventus team. And it'll be taken by the goalkeeper, Jadar. As we mentioned, he's had a difficult night. Tried hard, though. Gets it to the middle of the pitch. Headed down to halfway. Boddiston, nice little ball towards Lay, who provided that little nod before. But again, Heidelberg with numbers. They just are so organised, or have been tonight. Lobbing little ball comes out Galea. Here's O'Donoghue, the playmaker. O'Donoghue pushes it further afield again to Ambo. Ambo shoves off a couple of opponents. She shoots! Great effort and a great touch by the goalkeeper for it to ricochet off the crossbar. Well done, Jadan. That is one of the saves of the day. That had power in it, that right foot strike. And it almost was 5-0, but Jadan, we know she's had a tough night, a couple of fumbles, but that was an outstanding piece of goalkeeping. She should be very, very happy with that. 4-0. Of course, it is going to be a corner kick for the Heidelberg Warriors again. And Jankowski to take it. Little pass. Barrerio. Oh, she has it turned over. Well played by Boddiston. Back though. Miata. Barrerio then headed away by the defence of Juventus. Boddiston had the last touch, so back to Barrerio. To Vlapoulos. She couldn't get control of it. Boddiston again. Claiming that Barrerio touched that last as she tried to aim for her to touch it, and she did, just shinning it through her socks, basically. Little pass again. Lay, the captain of Brunswick Juventus, still inside the defensive half. Smith. Cooper. Lay. Out to the left-hand side. This is better as they switch from one side to the other. Putting a bit of pressure on the Heidelberg defence. Have now got to get back in numbers, which they do. Near the 18-yard area. That's a good ball. And it came right across the face. And the goalkeeper, Mia Bailey, had some work to do and went through her hands. It is a goal kick, though. She didn't touch it. I thought she nearly touched that. It was going to be a rare corner kick for Juventus, but that gives them a little bit of confidence late in the day. Poulios did well then to get that cross in, but just wasn't quite on target. That's probably their best effort of the night so far. Over the head of Smith of Juventus. Torres there as well. That is out. She knows these girls well. Alatorre of Brunswick Juventus, former teammate of many of them. Joined the club as a 15-year-old back in 2013. And as I say, over 150 appearances for the Warriors, and has shifted to the black and white Brunswick Juventus. So with the ball now is Rosie Lulio. Ball inside the 18-yard area. Again, great defence by Heidelberg. Turned over. Chance now for Juventus if they can control it. They do, but Heidelberg just have numbers everywhere. It was an excellent effort to try and see if they could control it on the edge of the 18-yard area. But when you've got 3 or 4 yellow shirts in front of you, it was going to be basically swimming against the tide, and it was. So back in by Juventus once more. Here's Cooper. She couldn't get decent possession, and Heidelberg chip in, but they put it over the sideline. Oh, player might have nearly been brought down inside the edge of the 18-yard area, but no, says the ref. No, says my man Luke next to me on the left. And Heidelberg now burst. Here's O'Donoghue. She's been outstanding. BOG for mine. Through ball again. Ambo's on the wrong side, though, of her opponent. And they've got to try and work hard here. At the back was Kerr then. She was on the goal side of Ambo and did pretty well then for the Juventus side, but it's turned over on halfway, which has been the norm tonight for Heidelberg. Gee, that was a deft little back heel from Jankowski to Galea, the first scorer tonight, and then the pass was too long for a lurking Vlapoulos, and it'll be taken at the back by the goalkeeper Jadan. 4-0. Heidelberg scoring 3 times in the first half, once in the second half so far. So a big win coming up for Heidelberg United. Ball's into the middle of the pitch again. Beating a couple of opponents, controlling it nicely is Cooper. Lay, Torre, battling hard against her old mob, but turns it over badly, Barrerio. Barrerio, little ball now to O'Donoghue. That was a little cute by half for Miata. She couldn't control it. Goes back now. Under pressure, trying to get it down the line. And that was pretty good play by Rosie Wild, who was at Essendon Royals last year. And now Barrerio with the ball. Little pass again once more is chopped off by Torreotti. And then to the striker in Cooper. And then in the middle of the pitch, just as Heidelberg again had won possession, she was draped around the waist. Jankowski, so a free to go to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue goes back now. Miata with the ball at halfway. Works her way through with a nice little pass. Receives it again. She's got a player on the burst for her. Ambo was the one that gave the pass to her. But getting back, it'll go close to the line. Rosie Wild does pretty well for the Brunswick Juventus side, but again has it turned over. Great play, Miata. Jankowski just off one boot. And it's going to be offside because it was getting very, very dangerous for Jadan. She was about to be clamoured into by an opponent, but she was offside. And that was Galea who scored the first goal for Heidelberg. Long ball. Vlapoulos is there, just clears her. Goes out to Poulios down the left-hand side for Brunswick Juventus, trying to get inside their attacking half, but they turn it over again. Jankowski, they're on the burst, the team in yellow. Vlapoulos, a good pass out the right-hand side. Ambo now looking to cut in. Good ball, but headed away nicely by Wild. Did very, very well to get a decent header on that, but Heidelberg win possession again. They've completely dominated. Now they have another chance for a long ball. It is punched away cleverly by the goalkeeper in Jadan, close to the line. Under pressure, trying to stop it from going out is Juventus, but that was, again, a very dangerous ball. The cross was deep in between the 18-yard penalty area in the 6-yard box. And again, she showed some confidence to take it on and punch it away, Jadan. And the last couple of saves from her have been terrific. There's going to be a couple of subs here for the Juventus side in a difficult night for them, as we said. 4. It's like Burke Street. So they make all the changes virtually at once. You see it occasionally. You don't see it often. I haven't seen it a lot, but it does happen occasionally. So Barrerio, after the break for the subs for Juventus, she's on the wrong side, unfortunately, for Heidelberg, Ambo, but Barrerio does well, and then it's put over the sideline again. 4-0 the lead. You can hear both teams issuing instructions. Barrerio's been terrific. Ambo a bit flat-footed. Cleared at the back. Wild. And this will nearly go over the sideline. Edwards approaches it now, just inside the attacking half, helping out from defence for Heidelberg. Barrerio's there as well, and it'll go against Juventus. Coming on for Juventus is Sienna Coppola, one of the players to come on, number 29. Alatorre with the ball. We'll go back now to mid-pitch. Kicking into bodies. Chia, another one who's just come on. Goes back now to the goalkeeper, Jadan. They control it nicely. Vlapoulos put a lot of pressure on. Pass is okay now at the Coppola. Down the right-hand side. But she's still goal side, her opponent, in Barrerio. And well done. Edwards comes across her path. And it is a goal kick because they had the last touch, Juventus, even though it was a magnificent challenge by Edwards. Brilliant challenge, and she didn't give away a free inside the penalty area. I mean, that is class personified. Because you can go after the ball, you're trying to make a challenge, you're trying to make a save to help your goalkeeper out, and you know that you've got a player coming at you, you could cannon into them and give away a penalty. But she managed to do that. Obviously, they trained that hard. They practiced that hard. 4-0 lead to Heidelberg. Long ball again by Bailey. Ambo does well. Turnover, though, against Barrerio. Down the right-hand side, Coppola, giving them some run, vim and vitality since coming on for Brunswick Juventus. But Charlotte Edwards is there again. But not able to control it. Over the sideline is Sarah Danucci for Brunswick Juventus. Danucci a chance again, but Smith in the road on the volley over the sideline. Hacked on. Mieta was there, cleared again. Good play by Heidelberg to get it inside the attacking half. Wild brings it back now to Jadan. Jadan now, a little pass. Oh, gee, that was probably not the greatest pass in the world, but Torre good enough to get there and support it. Down the line again, Miata. Again, that back heel was clever. Jankowski, she's done that all night. Miata again, 3 opponents around her. Headed back by Wild, who was on the 18-yard area, did well to head that away as a fine defender and allowed her goalkeeper to bobble onto it in Jadan. Smith back to Wild. Now to Cooper. Charging her way through down the right-hand side. Too much on it. And again, happy to put it over the sideline, Barrerio. As Danucci was good then with her run down this right-hand side. Sarah Danucci. Heidelberg to make a couple of subs. And right on the edge of where the byline and the sideline meet in front of the social club rooms here at CB Smith Reserve. It's 4-0 Heidelberg. We've had a good night tonight, Heidelberg. Going to have a big win. So there's a couple of changes. Little pass to Nucci, and then it's put over the sideline once more by the Brunswick Juventus side. Edwards. O'Donoghue into the middle. Great ball out wide to the right. And here's a chance now, beating one, beating two. Here's Rabin, and that ball is stopped. At the back. By the goalkeeper, Jadan. Little ball okay. Here's Cooper. She can't get control of it. Beaten again, Miata, who's been superb as a holding midfielder tonight. O'Donoghue, close to the best player on the pitch. Goes backwards. Weston and Edwards. Very solid, the two defenders. They've been in sync right throughout the whole evening. It's been the difference, I think, between the two sides. Barrerio may receive this, although Edwards will go higher and longer. And she does. She floats the ball inside the attacking half. Looking to run onto it now. Ambo under some pressure. Beaten. And eventually goes off bodies and over the sideline. It'll be taken, I think, by Brunswick Juventus. Danucci. You can hear the Heidelberg girls saying, keep it tight. They've kept it tight all night. They've been magnificent. 4-0. They're going to have their second clean sheet of the evening. Here's a chance now. Coppola gets it inside. That's a good ball. And Smith, unfortunately, under pressure. Pushed wide by the experience of Rabin. Been with a number of A-League teams. French International. Good ball through. What a good ball that is. Running onto an Ambo. Ambo to the top of the 6-yard box. Just taken cleanly by the goalkeeper. She had an opponent right in their face. All over her like a cheap suit, but she managed to hang on to that. Thrown out to the outer side. That was good play. Jordana's done okay despite a couple of fumbles. I still think her job has been all right as a goalkeeper tonight. Here's Coppola. Under pressure. Barrero tries to shove her off it. They get a hurried boot through here, Juventus, but slipping over. One of the first times tonight an error for Heidelberg, because it is, well, a little bit patchy out there in patches, if that makes any sense. Ambo kicks into bodies. And it will be, again, a Heidelberg ball. Sarah O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue will take it again, having scored a brace. Here's Rabin. How clever was that ball? To O'Donoghue again. O'Donoghue inside towards Jankowski. Caught trailing behind. Trying to clear it out of defence. Well played by Brunswick Juventus. Here is Nicole Cooper. Nicole Cooper's ball's good. Rakic misses it. And a chance now for a goal as the goalkeeper, Bailey, went out. And she was beaten as well. The idea was certainly there, but unfortunately she wasn't on target. Could have been 4-1. And that was Emily Keppins, another one of the subs who had Bailey right with her, and she said, I'm going to take it on, which is the way she's operated tonight as a goalkeeper. And she got it past him, but just didn't quite have it on target. So as a player down, looks like It might be Olivia Edwards on the byline there, so we'll add a couple of extra minutes to injury time. A couple of players just stretching, they're cramping, and the girls will join each other and have a bit of a chat in the closing stages of this game, which is going to see the losing stretch of the Brunswick Juventus team continue to 6 at the moment after unbeaten in their first 3. And Heidelberg have put together a very good performance. So Olivia Edwards might come off. Fair enough too. Late in the game, she's been stellar in defence tonight with her cohorts, Barrerio, Weston. They've all done a good job. And the goalkeeper, Mia Bailey. But as a goalkeeper, you're only as good as your defenders, as far as I believe, in this wonderful game, the world game. Long ball, straight down the middle. Trying to head it on. Heidelberg, they're not able to. Nearly turned over midfield. They get possession again. In fact, it wasn't Edwards that's come off. She's still out there. Thought it was her. It's turned over in the middle of the park. Here's Kevins trying very hard to set something up, but again, getting overwhelmed, which has been the problem. When they've tried to set something up, they've had one player, and now Cooper does well. There's a player on side here to maybe shoot and score. Capola, again, just across the face. Good work to get back Barrerio just to put the kick off because it was ready to be set up. And they were, for the first time all night, a little bit lax, but still good enough at the last minute then, Heidelberg, to keep this clean sheet at the moment, which is 4-0 their way. 3 goals in the first half, 1 in the second half. And a brace to Sarah O'Donoghue, who has been enormous tonight, but had a lot of teammates. As they go midfield, but they turn it over again. Here's a chance through the middle. Jankowski does well. Nice ball out to the left-hand side, but a great piece of defending by Alatorre, who's tried her backside off tonight for the Brunswick Juventus team, and it goes over the sideline. Barrerio again to take the throw, and as she often has throughout this evening. Nice little ball. Ambo. O'Donoghue into midfield now, Miata. Nice ball to the top of the 18-yard area. Trying to turn opponents inside out, not able to. Turnover again. Good play by Chaya for Brunswick Juventus, but there's no one on the end of that. And Olivia Edwards made sure that the ball was between her and Mia Bailey. And we've had flying balls come from nowhere in the crowd as well. Headed down again, very clever play. Getting onside is Ambo, but coming across her path and leaving her line and just pushing it over the sideline was the goalkeeper, Jadan. As again, that header was very clever indeed. It's not an easy part of the game, the heading, but it's such an important part of the game. But I have said this to co-commentators in the past on the stream. I worry about it in the long term. Could it be an area that could cause or affect concussion? I suppose not if you do it correctly. Anyway, the ball wanders over the byline. Bit of pushing and shoving. It will be a goal kick again. 4-0. Closing stages of this match. That ball keeps flying around. Here's a chance now for, a miss by Brunswick Juventus as they went from one side of the pitch to the other. And a nutmeg, complete nutmeg by the young lady. And it goes away of Barreiro. Barreiro to Rabin. Rabin now gets it to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue into the middle of the pitch. Miata's been clever tonight. Through ball once more. Here's Rabin. She didn't even move as she gave a very clever pass to Jankowski, who couldn't quite control it inside the 18-yard area. They turn it back their way, though, Brunswick Juventus. And they're on the rebound as they head down the right-hand side. Again, the defence very, very good of the Heidelberg team. And they push it back now to Mia Bailey, who foots it out to Barreiro. Barreiro down the left-hand side. And her pass is over the sideline, a turnover. Involved there was Lamage for Heidelberg, one of the subs. Keppins is with her. Turned over again. And also involved for Brunswick Juventus is Josie Lonsdale, tall figure who's come on as a sub. Now they've got a chance. She's goal side if she can finish this off. Should finish this off. Great piece of goalkeeping by Jadan. Galia was with her, and Jadan came at her, and then she's hit the right goal post. And well done by Jadan, because she worked very, very hard then to take on Galia and just put her off at the last minute, forcing the shot to miss the target. Again, it's been that rebound and ability to get it on the counter-attack for Heidelberg, which nearly resulted in their 5th goal. But I will say this, Jadan has done a great, great job in this second half. Could have been 7 or 8-0, I reckon. Now, they have it again. Back inside the 18-yard area, once more trying to kick it away, and they had a fresh area. The defence is happening a bit tonight, and it goes dangerously across the goal face from one side of the pitch to the other, and it will be a Brunswick Juventus ball. Down the line, Capola's there. She couldn't get control of it. Turned over again by Donahue into the middle of the pitch. Miata, O'Donoghue, Barrero. 3 of the stars tonight for this Heidelberg team. Yellow or orange boots of Barrero, blue boots of O'Donoghue, goes back to the silver boots at the back of Western. Back now to Sarah O'Donoghue again. Colour coordinated here in our commentary. Now gets it in the direction of the lady wearing, well, I suppose the orange sleeves in Rabin. A bit hard to describe that. I'm not a fashion plate type person. Anyway, here's an opportunity for Jankewski. She overruns it, and now it's clear towards Lonsdale for the Juventus side. Gets it back. Capola back to Lonsdale. Couldn't control it. Good play, Western again. Nice little touch. And there is Rabin again. She nearly got a touch away from Lonsdale, who worked hard to get it back for her side. Capola down the right-hand side. That's a good ball. Staying on side is Cooper, the main striker. Cuts inside now, Cooper. But good defence again by Rakic at the back for Heidelberg. She was right in front of Bailey, and that's been the difference between the two sides tonight for mine. There's always been a defender in front of the goalkeeper. They get the ball back into play, Juventus. Here's a chance now. Good ball inside the 18-yard area. Cleared again by Miata. Cleared also by Rabin, who's been good since coming on. And Barrerio. Barrerio back now to Jankewski. Jankewski now in the direction of Barrerio. Barrerio down the left-hand side. Here's Rabin. Rabin, one of the stars of the comp. She dribbles to her own advantage on the edge of the 18-yard area. Can she make it 5-0? 2 opponents around her. 3 opponents up the top of the 18-yard area. Missed by the goalkeeper. And the 6-yard box there as well. But great defence by Juventus in the end to get back just in the nick of time when the goalkeeper was beaten. But how clever was Margot Rabin down that left-hand side? Nearly a turnover once more. This has been their problem, putting passes together, Juventus. They get it back now. Torre. Danucci. Danucci now working hard. But that'll be turned over once more. Rakic, very solid in defence for Heidelberg. Look at that. She just passes without moving, Rabin, in the direction of O'Donoghue, but nothing on the end of that. Vacuumed up at the back by the goalkeeper, Jadan. Throws it out wide once more. Looking to get going, Poulios down that left-hand side. She goes inboard now to Smith. Smith, nice little pass. Turnover though to Barrerio, who's been brilliant tonight. Pounces on it inside the attacking half. 1-on-4 though against Heidelberg, which has been a rarity. And not able to control it. 1 on this occasion. At the back by the Juventus side. And now a long ball, which might come off okay from Chaya. Deep to Keppins. Now to Lonsdale, who arrives on the edge of the 18-yard area. Back to Kevins, balloons it inside the 18-yard area. Headed away by Heidelberg United again. 4-0 the lead. Closing stages. My team seem to put the cue in the rack. And again, it's cleared over the byline. 5 minutes left. In what's been a very good performance by Heidelberg. And a disappointing one from Brunswick Juventus at home. Ballooning ball, opportunity again. But once more, the defence very good. And there might be a corner here. There will be, as the ball was sort of just pottering around inside that 18-yard area, between the 18-yard area and the 6-yard box. And eventually ricochets off Heidelberg players and they get another corner. Haven't had enough of these tonight to really put any pressure on the Heidelberg defence. And mind you, their passing inside their attacking half has left a lot to be desired too by Brunswick Juventus. 4-0 the score. Ballooning ball, headed away by Lonsdale, and then good play by the goalkeeper right on the edge of the goal mouth to tip it over the top. She's been good, Mia Bailey, tonight. And another one. 3 corner kicks in the space of a minute. Can they get a goal inside the last 5 minutes? Again, very, very deep, that one. Right across and over the crossbar. Curled away, cleared at the back again by Miata of Heidelberg. Only as far there as Danucci. Danucci in now to Wild. Wild to Lonsdale. 2 opponents around her. And forces it to go over the sideline again. Good defence by Heidelberg. From Lamage, who's come on to play in defence for the last 15 minutes or so. And a player is taken front on. And that'll be a Heidelberg free kick inside their defensive half. Been a very good performance, this. Whether they can put it together against the better sides on a regular basis is problematic. Still a lot of football to be played. But they've been far too good for Brunswick Juventus tonight. With a few minutes remaining here. Goal kick. Mia Bailey. Long ball in front of the social club rooms. Headed away. Gee, that would have hurt, but it sounded pretty good off the noggin there of Rosie Wild. Josie Lonsdale got it down out of Alyssa Smith. Alyssa Smith, nice peering ball inside the 18-yard area. Rakic does well to clear it. And then also cleared at the back by Heidelberg once more. Lamage, great play by Jankowski. She controlled that superbly with opponents around her. And that's another lovely touch by Ambo and by O'Donoghue. And here's Rabin talking of great touches, but kicks into bodies. Good defence to get back by Rosie Wild and put it over the sideline. She had a little bit of opposition, Rabin, and wasn't able to finish it off. But been pretty handy since she's come on as well. Pretty good player to have in that team. I called Barrero Rabin in the first half, but it was Barrero, of course, doing a great job in defence. Turned over now by Miata. Miata gets it back now. The ball is sort of inside the attacking half, working hard to keep it alive, Heidelberg, on that outer side now. They just do. The defence is there, 2-on-1. Torre gets back. She's probably been her team's best tonight, playing against her old team. She would have loved a better result for Brunswick Juventus. Oh, it's missed by Wild, but Rabin couldn't take advantage of it. About the 3rd or 4th time they've thrust a boot at it and missed it. Brunswick Juventus, the defenders tonight. It's an area they really need to work on. And Coppola couldn't control it. Again, the throw back in by Barrero. Held on to Jankowski, got a little boot to it. Cleared at the back by Torre. And again, Coppola, Barrero, right in front of our commentary position. Stolen by Lonsdale. But who's she going to kick it to? She eventually elects to switch. Out to Kevins. It is a good ball as it goes from one side to the other with 4 yellow shirts in front of her. She did well. Now she shoots, but shoots it along the carpet, and it's covered on the left goalpost by the goalkeeper, who takes it comfortably, Mia Bailey. 4-0. At the very end, this might be the last possession of the night, and it's missed it halfway. Taken at the back, thanks to Luke for his help tonight, and it's all over. A big win for the Heidelberg United side. A brace to Sarah O'Donoghue. They were far too solid, far too good, far too organised for Brunswick Juventus, who will learn from this, no doubt, about just their defensive structures. Let them down tonight. And it was a great win. They all come over to Ali Torre. They obviously know her very well, having played a lot of football with her over a long, long career. Now at Brunswick Juventus. And a big, big win for Heidelberg United. Just looking at where they sit now on the table before we wrap up our coverage. At a very cold CB Smith Reserve. And I can sit down and rest my aching legs. Looking at the ladder going into this round. Preston Lions are on top and undefeated. 7 wins and a draw and 22 points. Bulleen Lions were on 18 points. Essendon Royals 18 points. South Melbourne 13. So the top 3 have got a bit of a march on the rest of the field before this round. Burundara Carey, who had a 4-0 result with Heidelberg a few weeks ago, also on 13. In fact, Essendon Royals are on 15. So South Melbourne 13. Burundara Carey 11, I should say. Alamein 10. And Football Victoria emerging on 8. And then a number of teams on 7 before tonight, separated by goal difference. Box Hill United, and they had a goal difference of -3. Heidelberg was -5. It's now -1, and they moved to 10. So if results go their way throughout the rest of the round, they could sort of get themselves up the ladder a bit. Calder United was 7, and they were -11, 14-4, 25 against. Bentley Green 6, and Brunswick Juventus 6 losses on the trot. And their goal difference is now -11 after a 4-0 result. Thanks very much to Sportscast for looking after us tonight. Thanks to Football Victoria, Chris Gleeson, for organising the fixtures as he does every week for all of us to commentate and bring it home to you, of course, on our stream. And we'll have more football throughout the weekend. Don't forget, of course, we're getting into the business end of the Doherty Cup matches for the men, the Nike Cup matches for the women, and plenty more football to come in all the leagues right throughout Football Victoria for the rest of the season. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for joining us.